Qiao Hao asked Lu Jinian for the variety show deal on purpose. As of late, the variety show had been Lin Chi's best form of publicity. If the show was to be taken by the person she hated the most, thinking about it, wouldn't that just be extremely devastating? Qiao Hao looked for a chance to reveal this news to Lin Chi. Before she could even find one, opportunities came knocking at her door. In the TV series, Song Xiangsai and Lin Chi were love rivals, and Qiao Hao was an old friend of Song Xiangsai's. Today's scene happened to be with all three women. The scene, more or less, described the moment when Song Xiangsai and Qiao Hao met up for coffee, and as though enemies were destined to meet, they bumped into Lin Chi. A dispute happened between Song Xiangsai and Lin Chi. For Qiao Hao, she was only in the background, now having much to act. The scene was shot from 3 in the afternoon in a charming cafe that the crew set up last minute. Song Xiangsai was the first to enter the scene. She sat in the cafe, waiting for Qiao Hao. When the cameraman filmed Song Xiangsai's scene, Qiao Hao and Lin Chi stood to one side, waiting for the director's signal. Zhao Mon couldn't hold down her temper. Even though she knew Lin Chi was the one who had spread the scandal, she couldn't brazenly expose her without evidence. So, when she saw Lin Chi standing nearby with her head up high, she couldn't help but say to Qiao Hao, Qiao, who do you think spread those nasty rumors about you? How vile. Qiao Hao instinctively looked over at Lin Chi, who stood nearby. She smiled and said, "It could be anyone you want it to be. Nevertheless, we should really thank her. If it weren't for her, I wouldn't be where I'm now, among the top 10 most searched on Weibo." Even though Zhao Mon was riled up, she wasn't stupid. Upon hearing Qiao Hao's words, she immediately nodded and chimed in, "That's right. Nowadays, even if you try really hard to boost someone's popularity, you won't necessarily be successful. Whereas, Qiao, you only had a few thousand Weibo followers, but the whole thing blew up and you coincidentally managed to reach millions." Zhao Mon pulled out her phone, opened Weibo, and pointed at Qiao Hao's profile pic. She said, "Look. You're about to reach 10 million. Qiao Hao didn't reply. She only turned her head and shot a smile at Lin Chi, who stood nearby. Qiao Hao's smile was very beautiful, but it clearly revealed a slither of taunting and mockery. These days, Lin Chi's mood was particularly bad. She thought that after taking those kind of photos, it would be the end of Qiao Hao, but it didn't turn out as she had imagined. Suddenly, Song Xiangsai came bustling in. It ended up that she, Lin Chi, had actually worked so stupidly hard to help Qiao Hao. Not only did she not crush her, she helped to boost her popularity.